103 Nigeria Info. So it's a sunny. It looks like a work day. We're dressed for it. Kemi's in the studio. Quite a burden, to be honest. Okay, it's Open Thought Tuesday. There is a video on social media, and I want you to hear. It's a video, so of course you can't. If you haven't seen the video already, this would be your opportunity to hear it in audio, and I think you should hear it, and I will share with you the response from the hospital. The management spoke in regards to this particular video recording. And watching this video, I can't say I was on the edge of my seat, but it took something inside of me. I'm not sure what the appropriate emotional reaction was, because I tried to not be enraged, but it was actually a mix of rage and something else, maybe even disappointment. It was a mix of rage and how did we get here, which seems to be like a question everybody appears to be asking, and it's almost as though we ask the question as though we don't know how we got here. And then I'm thinking, so what are the issues and how can we get out of, is it even possible to get out of this? And those were just my thoughts, and I didn't quite arrive at any specific conclusion on the matter. So I thought, it's Open Thought Tuesday, right? So I would play the audio and you would hear it, and our telephone lines would react to it. And I think by the end of this, what I'm hoping that we take out of this, however the conversation goes, whether we agree or we don't agree, whether we acquiesce to the way things are done or the way things should be done, whether we surrender tyranny or nonchalance, whether we think that we deserve better, whether we think we don't, whether we care for standard, whether we don't, whether life means something, whether it don't, whether it doesn't, whether we place a premium, whether we're going to place an expectation, or maybe an actual thing that done. It's all in our hands. At this point, I just want you to know that. So by the end of the conversation, I hope that we can step away from this with a sense of duty, a sense of responsibility, a sense that you may think that as one Nigerian, you're too important, but believe me, you are as important as 100 men, because your voice to 99 men makes them 100. Your voice to 100 men makes them 101. Like, that's how important that the moment we add you to any equation, the equation changes. And to not know the extent, the depth, the weight of your human force is a form of self-sabotage. To not know that you are worthy both of majesty and of rule, that you can determine, undermine, demine, or establish a thing, to not understand that you is a form of self-sabotage. And in a city or in a place, in a community, a country, act as though it's not in my hands, then the consequences of that will be what you will see in this video, or hear in the video. My name's Sean, to Nigeria Info. My name's Joyce. Welcome to Nigeria Info. Welcome. I'm not ready for this conversation, but the time on the clock says I must brace up, regardless of how I feel about it, to usher you into, this sphere called the sunny side.
People, they should bring out the patient. I just see them on the road, carry them. You say people, they should bring out the patient. See what you are saying. It's not. You say people, they should bring it. You, what are you doing? You don't understand what? I have already bring the patient here. Do you want me to do your work? What are you saying? Oh, it's not your work. The person that brings out you are on camera. That you are saying it's not your work. You are on camera. You are on camera. You are saying I'm recording you. What nonsense! I just assist some people. People are nearly dying. I just assist them. You say, can't you call them? See how this guy sees situation. I am recording so. You are record. I just see people on the road. I just assist them. You are saying that. Must open the car. It's open.
Where is what is his name? Elijah.
Him die inside the car. No, my sister, I've already did my best for me to see some people there and bring them to hospital. She's saying she's not my distance, it's not her duty, it's not. If it is your relative, can you leave him the way he is? If it is your relative, the person, there's no hand glove. Okay, there's no hand glove. Minister of FCT, Minister of CT will see this video. You said there's no hand glove. You see this video viral. You said there's no hand glove in the hospital. No problem. No. I just see those people. They had an accident. I just carried them to hospital. You said there's no hand glove. This is what you said, huh? No problem. Leave him. Let him die there. I am on the video because there's no way. Yes. See the patient. See his situation. Which kind of country? See him. This guy is nearly dying.
People should bring him out now.
People should bring him out. What is your work? I mean, Federal Medical Center. No sense. Accident on emergency unit. I brought a patient. All of them are relaxing. Nobody will come and pick the patient. Yes, the guy is nearly dying because they say so. A leisure all. There's nothing like helper and carry for more than 15 minutes. That's why I'm doing the videos. You don't have manpower. You don't have staff. So let's see that at Federal Medical Center there's no. Yes. No, okay. What's the patient relative? I just see them. They had an accident here. I bring them. You need what? What are you guys doing? What are you guys doing? If you don't have manpower, tell me, honorable minister, whosoever, that at least you need more staff. Let him die. Bring patient. Eh? So let me bring patient. If I bring patient to hospital, you want me to carry the patient, do all the necessary thing for the patient.
Assistant,
okay, no problem. You don't have assistant, no problem. You don't have assistance. Stand up, come inside. Go inside. If they like, let them take care of you. If they like, let them allow you. I will not open anything. I just see them on the road. They had an accident. I brought them to hospital. It's an emergency something. So if you like, leave them, let them die. If you like, take care of them. It's an emergency. If you like, don't treat them. Yes, I have already did my best. I have already did my best for me to see them on the road, bring them to the hospital. There's nothing that I can do. I don't know them. No one among them that I know.
99.3 Nigeria Info, the sunny side. Is Open Thought Tuesday. All right, and so the hospital management wrote to the public, and this is what they say, and I quote, "We have been made aware of an online video that negatively depicts our hospital. In response, we have initiated a thorough investigation to uncover the facts surrounding the incident. Our preliminary finding indicates the following. The emergency department had an adequate supply of medical consumables, including latex gloves, contrary to the claims made in the video. Resuscitation equipment and medications were sufficient. There was no shortage of patient transfer equipment, including trolleys and wheelchairs. Interaction with staff on duty and other stakeholders is currently ongoing. The Minister of State for Health and Social Welfare has directed a full investigation of the incident, which is ongoing. Findings of the investigation will be made available to the public. The management is committed to providing a full report of our investigation once it's completed. The Federal Medical Center Abuja prides itself on its open door policy. We have multiple patient feedback channels available, including several phone numbers displayed throughout the hospital, QR codes, and email contacts. In addition to running a medical indigent fund to assist underprivileged patients with hospital bills, we have successfully treated numerous unconscious patients and safely returned them to their relatives with the help of our social workers. Our facility is a hub. It's a hub for specialized procedures such as open heart surgery, laser surgery, kidney transplant, spine surgery, other high-end treatments that are not commonly available in most public hospitals. We apologize for any distress or discomfort caused by hold on, I'm gonna take it back. We apologize for any distress or discomfort caused and want to assure you that we take feedback seriously. We value the trust placed in us and are committed to providing quality care with empathy and compassion. We appreciate the feedback and will work towards improving the quality of our services. Thank you for your understanding and your cooperation. Signed, management, blah, blah, blah. All right, let's talk. It's Open Thought Tuesday. You need to see the body language that the words you have just heard underscores. Anyway. Yeah, that's feeling. Now, you know what's sad about this? We've heard many of such kinds of stories. We've heard these kinds of... It's as though stories as this are very reoccurrent. Not too long ago, a man said his wife was pregnant and she was almost unconscious in his arms, and he drove her to the hospital, did what they did, between referral and the referred... between where he was referred from to his journey to the referred hospital, his wife died. Oh, let's talk. 0201-277-0993. It really takes I don't know, I'm tired. It's quite exhausting, but let's talk because we have something to determine today. 0201-465-7190 and on WhatsApp 08095975805. It's Open Thought Tuesday. Welcome to Nigeria Info.
Joyce, good afternoon.
Afternoon to you. Thank you very much for being here.
My name is Emmanuel. I'm calling you from Aja.
Welcome.
Joyce, there was one time I told you about something like this. It is the habit of every hospital. If you want quick intervention, even no matter the case, whether accident, emergency, the case, just hold 500 naira bundle. Let them be seeing the cash. If they are seeing cash, they will attend to you. Else, forget it. I told you of a case that happened around Apple Junction, First Act. A man had an accident. His blockers tear. The blockers came out. I rushed that man to hospital around that Apple Junction. I forgot the name of the hospital. Do you know? Nobody assisted me. I had to make security help me upstairs where the room operation is. Do you know that my car was locked inside the hospital until the man went to the hospital? These are the normal hospitals. I don't want to talk about federal medical center because their own is right off. The only medical centers that states are even sorting. They don't pay attention to emergency. Emergency is an ordinary case to them. Case like die. They are seeing death. So I've had case when Okada, was riding Okada. He was knocked down around 12 to 1 around Orile Road. But the thing was falling. That thing said not go. That thing held me until I came down in that darkness, in risk, and I dragged that man myself with the water and blood of it to the hospital at Ajifodun. That man was refused to be attended to inside the hospital. They left the man in my car. They put drip on the man in my car. I had to beg heaven and earth.
Please, just hold on a second, please. I want to quickly go off on a break. I'll come back to you. Lagos will be right back.
Number one station for talk.
99.3 Nigeria Info.
99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
Success is like land. You see graceful fly high up in the sky, but not a roaring engines propelling it. Likewise, in the world of e-payments, you only see transactions done, funds remitted. But who pioneered these financial technology solutions? Well, you knew it as Value Card, now Unified Payments, Nigeria's premier financial technology service provider. Yes, it starts here. Find out more at www.up.com. Unified Payments, unifying businesses for people.
You've tried calling in, sending messages.
You've wanted to share your thoughts, your opinions, and make your voice heard.
But time always runs out, and you never get the opportunity.
Now you you have a chance.
Voice of the People, 99.3 Nigeria.
Every voice of the people.
Of expressing your opinion on an issue of concern in 30 seconds.
Say your piece. Raise your concern. Voice of the people.
Send a 30 video from a quiet place for the start.
Your Voice of the People, 30 seconds on social media at Nigeria for FM Lagos.
Voice of the people on 99.3 Nigeria.
Let's talk. Nigeria is.
Every day is about winning with and play on Nigeria Info. On Nigeria Info now, over 150. Just go to oneplay.ng or star 347 star 8803 hash. Play with as little as 100 naira, and in a few seconds, your ticket is in the draw. The more you play, the better your chances of winning every day. On the morning fire, water play, and game on shows on weekdays. The football frenzy shows on weekends. Every Friday, there'll be a 500,000 jackpot. Playing during the week automatically qualify clean jackpot. Chances of winning are the same with oneplay.ng or dial star 37 star 880 star 3 hash. Remember to play responsibly. Not suitable for persons under the age of 18. OnePlay is a registered trademark under Lasho Trading Services Limited, licensed by the Lagos State Lotteries and Gaming Commission. Did you know?
Did you know?
Did you know?
Did you know?
Did you know? Did you know? Your dose of facts we bet you never knew. Right here on Nigeria Info 99.3.
Did you know that people who eat whatever they want and stay slim have a slow metabolism, not fast? A skinny person tends to have less muscle mass than others, meaning their basal metabolic rate, BMR, is slower than those of a high muscle mass. This gives them a slow metabolism, not a fast one.
Another piece of the puzzle now revealed. Keep questioning, keep listening, only on Nigeria Info 99.3. This is not just a debate. It's a battle of minds. A clash of brilliance. A war of words. And only one champion. One true champion will rise. From the heart of the capital, Abuja.
We live in a world where 735 million people suffer from hunger, a crisis fueled by climate.
From the oil city, Port Harcourt.
You see, with less time to focus on short-term gains, like how to appease voters before the next election.
From the city that never sleeps, Lagos.
Who is the right leader? The proposition might say it's someone who is bold and decisive, but I oppose this belief.
The regional champions are ready. The stage is set. The stakes higher than ever before. Who will win? Who will outwit? Who will dare to defy? Catch the I Beg to Differ National Finals live on all Nigeria Info FM and Kids FM stations nationwide. It's intellect, it's passion, it's the future in action. Debate redefined. The IBTD National Tournament begins August 4th, 2025, only on Nigeria Info FM and Kids FM nationwide. For sponsorship, call 0805-581-5844 or email ibegtodiffer@nigeriainfo.fm. I Beg to Differ, the Tournament of Champions. You're listening 1 o'clock. 1 o'clock.
The news update on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
Lagos, it's time for the news update on 99.3 Nigeria Info. I am Buluwa Tife Jegede. Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu has called on parents to guide their children with strong values like honesty, discipline and faith. Speaking at an Eid Kabir event hosted by the First Family in Marina, Sanwo-Olu, represented by the Deputy Governor Obafemi Hamzat, described children as the nation's future. He urged Muslims to embrace the festival's lessons of sacrifice and obedience. The event drew top officials, faith leaders and community groups, all reflecting on unity and spiritual growth. The National Identity Management Commission has issued national identification numbers to 59,786 inmates. This is covering 74% of Nigeria's prison population. NIMC boss Abisoye Kokau Dushote said this supports President Tinubu's renewed hope agenda. He said the commission now plans nationwide ward-level registration to expand coverage by 2025. This mass registration, according to Kokau Dushote, aims to include more Nigerians in the National Identity Database. The World Health Organization says the global Mpox outbreak still qualifies as a public health emergency of international concern. WHO Director General Dr. Tedros Ghebreyesus made the announcement after meeting with health experts. He cited rising cases, especially in West Africa, and undetected spread in some countries. Challenges like weak surveillance and limited funding were also noted. He assured that countries facing outbreaks will receive updated guidelines to help control the disease. A full report is expected later this month. Russia plans to offer up to 500,000 scholarships to international students, including Nigerians. Ambassador Andrei Podelishev revealed this in Abuja ahead of Russia Day celebrations. He said 220 scholarships have already been approved for Nigerian students for the 2025 academic year. The scholarships cover tuition and living costs, while students' home countries will handle travel. The move, he said, aims to boost ties with Nigeria and train professionals for key sectors like nuclear energy and industry. A shooting at Graz High School has left at least 9 people dead, including students and the suspected attacker. The tragedy occurred Thursday morning at Dreshetzenga School, with conflicting reports on the final death toll. Police have secured the building as Austria faces one of its deadliest school attacks. The motive remains unknown as investigations continue into this shocking incident in the country's second largest city. And that's all for the news at this time. There is more to come in an hour, but of course, Joyce is still here for the sunny side. I am Buluwatife Jegede.
Quality talk.
Intelligent conversations.
Always interesting.
So engaging.
Sometimes even mind-boggling.
Nigeria Info. Ask everyone. Anyone.
You are listening to Open Thought on the sunny side with Joyce. Let's talk.
We're back, 99.3 Nigeria Info. You're on the sunny side. It's 5 minutes past 1 p.m. We're live streaming on YouTube, Nigeria Info FM. Welcome to Open Thought Tuesday, and you meet, I guess, with usual surprise, one of the many elements of the Nigerian factor affecting psychology, social psychology, affecting public services, affecting specifically, as we are having the conversation this afternoon, affecting hospitals. And so we're looking to maybe not just the issues, but possible solutions. You have to think, what is the hope of the average Nigerian if this is reaction response time when there is an emergency? Our telephone number is 0201-2770-993, 0201-465-7190, and on WhatsApp 08095-975805. Welcome to the show. Okay, so
I'm still online.
hello. Oh, you are there?
Yes, you left me. Yes.
You are a darling. I need to say that. Thank you so much for hanging in there. I do appreciate your patience.
Thank you. Why I waited is to tell you the collaboration between medical hospitals I mean, the nurses, and I cannot say the doctors because at night you hardly find the doctors.
Okay.
There is a collaboration between the nurses and the securities of all these hospitals at night.
Okay.
So before you get into the hospital premises, the security comes to see who is in the car for that emergency.
Mm-hmm.
If you are tattered, I bet you won't be let into the premises of the hospital. Then the response the security will give to you at that moment is nurses are not around or doctors are not around.
Yeah.
So that security will keep you there for as long as you want. If you are frustrated, you will leave. Because the last case I want to report to you before I hang up is a case of a boy pushing iron condemn that their trolley. A car knocked that boy from behind. The boy hit his chest on the handle of that thing he was pushing and was gushing out blood from his mouth, from his ears, and everywhere. That same thing that used to held me ransom, that I must be the one to help that boy. Do you know with that blood and everything, I took that boy into the car. Some part of it, some boys that are with him came into the car. I drove about 4 hospitals at night. All of them rejected me. That the same fellow do at Ajegunle. The fellow do at Ajegunle General Hospital. I brought the boy there. The woman, the security came and saw the boy because he saw those boys that are iron condemned. He said, no, I can't go to the hospital. I said, this is Federal Medical Center. You must attend to this boy. With force and everything, we found our way into the hospital. The nurses closed their door for we to come in. And do you know that they sent just one nurse out of that premises to come attend to the boy outside? He came, saw the boy in the car. He did like he was attending to the boy, stretched the boy very well in my car, then went inside and brought drip, hung on my car where they used to keep clothes by the handle of the car, and started treating the boy inside the car. So that if the boy dies, it is my responsibility to do anything with the dead body. So from that day, I vowed, never will I help again. Because if hospital can deny you like this, and that person dies in your car, police will hold you responsible. Even if you are not responsible, they will treat you for more than 3 months. Who will feed my family for me? So, based on what I've seen, Joyce, all man for himself, I will never be part of it again. I'm sorry to say this. If it happens to me, I don't care, but I won't help again. So that I won't fall into trouble that I cannot bail myself out. That is what I experienced as far as medical centers and their hospitals or in Lagos are concerned. I'm off. Thank you for your time.
Thank you for your time. 99.3 Nigeria Info, the sunny side is Open Thought Tuesday. You have to speak up for me, lady.
Good afternoon, Jerry.
Okay, afternoon. Welcome to Nigeria Info's The Sunny Side. It's Open Thought Tuesday.
Yeah, my name is Ola from Kodu.
Go ahead.
So, the thing about hospitals, I really commend Mr. Emmanuel for everything that he has been doing as a good. But the thing that he forgot to mention, or maybe he didn't know, some hospitals, especially the general hospitals, they usually work with some pharmacies and some of these labs. You see. Hello, can you hear me now?
Better, thank you. That's better, thank you.
So I said there are some hospitals and especially some general hospitals that do work with pharmacies and labs, some lab. So because you will see a doctor, you will go to a nearby lab at your area, you do the test, then you take it to the hospital. The doctor will tell you that no, this is not acceptable. Go to the so lab and do the main one. Okay, fine. But I know a case whereby a woman was asked to get a drug for her husband who is on sickbed, and they knew, the hospital knew, though that middle is between God and the doctor. But because the woman went on to get the drugs at the pharmacy that the doctor asked to go. The minute she got the drug of 40K, she came back to the hospital. Just it's not up to 30 minutes. So they later give her the news that her husband is dead. My husband is dead. Are you not the one that asked me to go and get drugs of 40K? So they now, okay, so what do I do with this drug now? They told her to go back to the pharmacy to return it. So the pharmacy told her that, okay, this one has been, it has gone. I will give you 20K. Then you give 20K, then we'll collect the drugs from you. 20K, just 30 minutes from now. They said no, that's how they do their things. So later we found out that the doctors and the pharmacy, they do have a collaboration. The way they do, the money will be split between them. So some things like that. It's go on and on. You got even some lab like that. Especially in this Ikodu General Hospital, they are worse. Even the ordinary cleaner, the way ordinary cleaner will be talking to you as if you are nobody. You cannot go to if you want to go to General Hospital in Ikodu, go there. If you go there by 7 a.m. in the morning, you will leave there by 4 p.m. in the afternoon for sure, because they will not attend to you. They will be doing this, doing that. In fact, it's really somehow. Thank you, Joyce.
Thank you for calling me. I really do. Well, I appreciate. So, what are we going to do about this? Because this is not just a sad reality. It seems as though it's a reality we have all come to tolerate. It's Open Thought Tuesday on Nigeria Info. We are following through a development right out of Abuja, a general hospital in Abuja, and it's very heartbreaking. I was so offended by the lack of interest to attend to an emergency. And I wondered whether they cared. I'm even grateful first to the Good Samaritan who found the injured Nigerians on the streets, picked them up and took them to the hospital. I'm glad he made a video, because sometimes when you hear these things, you're not even sure how to properly judge or assign blame, because it's all verbal reportage. And so you're thinking, oh, maybe the one who's observing had some sort of exaggerated aspect of the picture, and you can't quite just jump into conclusions. But this one, you get to read not only body language, you get to hear them respond to an emergency. It's utterly heartbreaking. It's Open Thought Tuesday on Nigeria Info. My name's Joyce. Welcome to the sunny side.
Hello.
Thank you so much for calling. Welcome to Nigeria Info.
Good afternoon, Joyce.
Afternoon. Tell us your name. Go ahead.
My name is Nava. I'm calling you from Ikorodu.
Mm-hmm.
Let me tell you, I don't want to go to, so if I want to go to the story of my life, what I'm facing from pregnancy, my children, in fact, we cannot finish it. But let me tell you what I discover now about all these health workers, so especially all these nurses, even doctors. See, in Nigeria, we don't have people that have already have empathy to be doctor or medical personnel. We don't have. We only have those people that parents want to have name that they have somebody that is a medical doctor or a nurse. The real people that want to work to be a medical personnel, Nigerian authority did not allow them to gain admission in university. Why I'm saying this thing, I have a daughter that from, let's say, can you hear me?
I'm with you. Please go ahead.
I have a daughter that from birth, this child, in fact, she's acting like a medical doctor. Even when she grew up, she started studying, even this doctor, Ben Gassim. She said she wants to be a neurologist. She worked hard. Even the way she behaves at home is like a doctor. Do you know this girl even had tried to get admission in university? After getting everything, they send her away. They say that she's not the same tribe. That's what I tell you. And the girl is studying something else now. To show you that the people that did not qualify are the people that are working in the hospital. That is why you said no empathy. Whether if you like to die, die. That is what's going on in the hospital.
I really do appreciate you, and thank you so much for calling Nigeria Info. You're on the Sunny's Come to Open Thought Tuesday. If you can hear me, please go ahead. Tell us your name real quick.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Afternoon to you. Welcome. Tell us your name. Go.
Marco from First.
Good.
The problem of Nigeria also include seeing a problem and never solving that problem. This is just a simple reform or change. There's a reason why in developed countries we have first responders. There's a mentality they have. They are assessed by how many lives they save. They don't bring people in Nigeria. Let's imagine something. Just make a reform. And
train people with first mentality instead. So when a case is coming in, it's like, this is a challenge. Let's treat it. Let's do this. Not laid back. It's just a simple reform that will set this thing up.
Okay.
But everybody comes, the commissioner, the management board, every year comes, every week. So it continues. If there's a problem, people should brainstorm how do we sort it out. Then the country will move forward. The problem will be solved.
Thank you.
But nobody's solving it.
Nobody's solving it. I appreciate you calling into the show. Thank you. We're going to quickly go to WhatsApp and get right back to telephone lines in a moment. I will appreciate your patience. It's Open Thought Tuesday, so Kemi, you're going to help us out with that.
Okay. This person says, good day, Joyce. This is one of the several anomalies in our society that makes people to pray that Nigeria never happened to you. How can a hospital, reject an emergency accident victim? This is the same way where they always reject gunshot victims against government warnings not to do so. What kind of country are we in? Then this person says, good afternoon, Joyce. This is common in most of all our public hospitals. My late sister suffered kidney failure in 2019 and were referred to Luth. But on getting there, we were abandoned along with over 50 others outside the emergency building. A lot of patients ended up dying there, while my big sister was eventually admitted after 3 days. Wow. May God help us in this country. This person says, can you believe that Massey Children Hospital in the island is more worse than that they could not provide ordinary plaster or cotton wool whenever it is needed urgently? The management and the entire staff of that hospital are very wicked. This person says, good afternoon, Joyce. This discussion today has always been like that in Nigeria since only God knows when. In 2014, my neighbor rushed to my house at about 11 p.m. and said I should come and assist him. Getting to his apartment, he took me to the toilet where his wife fell unconscious on the floor naked. I have to call my wife to come and help dress her up. We took her to the car and decided to head out in that hour of the day, driving from hospital to hospital. All 3 general hospitals we went to, Isolo, Bagada, Ikeja hospitals, we went to, all rejected her without any first aid. When we took her to a private hospital that accepted her, but she died a week later. As far as general well-being of Nigerian citizens are concerned, Nigeria government is not concerned at all. That story, I saw it on Channel TV yesterday and asked, is this not where Nyesom Wike is minister? Sis, na God they save man, no be humans.
Thank you so much for your message. I really do appreciate it. What's up?
This person says, Joyce, this hospital topic, the truth is that no passion for the job. All they want is money. And those with passion can't get admission. I'm an example of that. Joyce, I've worked in a bank with better pay, but registered for a lab job of 70K, and that's passion. I feel happy working in the medical field.
Okay.
This person says,
I guess there are a few people with passion, really.
Yeah,
but then again, there's no much regard or value placed on workers.
Like, there's no encouragement.
Yeah, and so maybe those ones then take it out on their profession, because explain to me how this is your job and you're terrible at it.
Joyce, the problem with doctors and hospitals is from the government. They say that if the head of the body is bad, the whole body will be bad. Nigeria government doesn't have empathy. They are corrupt and run the whole country like a mafia. The whole character of the government is affecting everything in the nation.
Yeah.
The way you arrange your bed is the way you will lay on it. A dog will always give birth to a dog. This person says, my beloved sister died in 2017 because Luth went on strike the day after we took her to Luth for breast cancer. They abandoned her and all the other patients we had to take her back, and after much effort to treat her in another hospital, she died. This person says, good day, Joyce. General hospital here in Ikorodu doesn't even have enough space for emergency anymore. And once someone dies, even to collect the body is also wahala. they will stress your life by telling you to go and pay for mortuary for someone that died 20 minutes. You take them to the hospital. Yeah.
99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's go to the telephone lines. It's Open Thought Tuesday. How are you? So good to have you join our conversation this afternoon.
Hello.
Thank you very much for being here. Tell us your name.
Good afternoon. My name is Robert.
Welcome, Rob.
Yes. An average local person is very wicked. I'm very sorry to generalize because I have come across them most of the time. You understand? I think the Association of Medical World, they strike, they need more money, whatever. But I don't know. 2 years ago, Joyce, are you listening to me?
I am.
Okay. 2 years ago, something happened. This thing to take time to erase from my mind. My yard, was sick around 9 a.m. So my daughter, they should rush this man to the hospital. We took him to high hospital in this Lagos. The man was rejected until we eventually took him to the one in Lagos Island. You see human being on the floor like animals. I was shocked because it's been long. I went to justice. I only went there when my wife maybe put to bed, it's a something else. But that day I was shocked. See human beings on the floor. So they don't even have beds to sleep on. They could not even attend. The people that we met there, they could not be attended to, let alone we. So we rushed into last week. When we got to last week, Joyce, human being outside, no bed. Before you could get bed, you must know somebody, or maybe somebody will refer you. You understand? So people were treated outside. I said, human being that sees this man is an emergency, this man is someone dead, though, who cares? You understand? Even with your money, who cares? Human beings on the floor. So eventually, after some time, the man died. I was just crying. So the truth is that this hospital, you just see them in their white and white. Their heart is as some of them, let me not say all of them, some of them are as wicked as the devil. I am telling you the fact. Thank you very much, guys.
Thank you so much for calling. 99.3 Nigeria Info. It's Open Thought Tuesday. So good to have you join our conversation this afternoon. Welcome.
Hello, good afternoon.
Afternoon to you.
From I greet you.
1 minute. 1 minute, go ahead.
You said?
1 minute, go ahead.
1 minute, you cannot reach what I want to defend.
Then you're going to have to call me back then, okay?
Okay.
All right. Thank you. The sunny side. 99.3 Nigeria Info. We're going to go off on a break. We will be right back. Can we think about possible solutions? I'm curious to know what you think a possible solution or solutions are.
I think we know what the solution is.
What is the solution?
I think it's better numeration. Because while the good
better
doctors
encouragement.
moving, yes, encouragement. Because they are moving out. The doctors that actually want to work are stepping out of the country.
Okay.
Because do you know how much healthcare is there? It's fetching people money. People that don't even understand anything about medical history.
And there is a lot of respect.
Want to go and learn nursing so that they can travel there and make more money. So what are we saying?
We're saying that we're going to go off on a break, and when we come back, we'll continue where we left off on the sunny side.
More conversation, more talk, more right after this.
The Development Bank of Nigeria's Techpreneur Summit is an annual event that supports tech-driven MSMEs by providing a platform to showcase innovations, connect with investors, and access funding. The DBN Techpreneur Summit aims to drive sustainable economic growth by fostering collaboration, investment, and capacity building to strengthen the Nigeria's tech ecosystem. So, if you are in tech, you're invited to join the discourse on the theme Control plus Shift Tech-Empowered Movement for Niger. Date, Thursday, 19th June 2025. Venue, Lagos Continental Hotel, Victoria Island. Time, 10 a.m. Keynote address, Sholape Akinpelu, CEO, co-founder, Harvest. Admission is free. To register, visit devbankng.com. Development Bank of Nigeria. Financing sustainable growth.
Hi, e dey tasty, creamy and nourishing. E get vitamins A, D, E, B1, B9, B12 and zinc. Na original Naija yogurt. I beg you, make una throw away salute for fine yogurt. Beg you, go Jollimento with the new fine yogurt drinking yogurt.
Fine yogurt, original Naija yogurt.
Did you know?
Did you know?
Did you know?
Did you know?
Did you know? Did you know? Your dose of facts. We bet you never knew. Right here on Nigeria Info 99.3.
Did you know that football players spit so much because exercise increases the amount of protein in saliva? When you exercise, the amount of protein secreted into the saliva increases. A protein mucus named MUC5B makes your saliva thicker when you are exercising, which makes it more difficult to swallow, so we tend to spit more. It may occur during exercise because we breathe through our mouths more. MUC5B could activate to stop our mouth from drying out.
Another piece of the puzzle now revealed. Keep questioning, keep listening. Only on Nigeria Info 99.3.
This is not just a debate. It's a battle of minds. A clash of brilliance. A war of words. And only one champion. One true champion will rise. From the heart of the capital, Abuja.
We live in a world where 735 million people suffer from hunger, a crisis fueled by climate.
From the oil city, Port Harcourt.
You see, with less time to focus on short-term gains, like how to appease voters before the next election.
From the city that never sleeps, Lagos.
Who is the right leader? The proposition might say someone who is bold and decisive, but I oppose this belief.
The regional champions are ready. The stage is set. The stakes higher than ever before. Who will outthink? Who will outwit? Who will dare to differ? Catch the I Beg to Differ National Finals live on all Nigeria Info FM and Kids FM stations nationwide. It's intellect, it's passion, it's the future in action. Debate redefined. The IBTD National Tournament begins August 4th, 2025, only on Nigeria Info FM and Kids FM nationwide. For sponsorship, call 0805-581-5844 or email ibegtodiffer@nigeriainfo.fm. I Beg to Differ, the Tournament of Champions.
Everyone says I'm beautiful and bold. They say I'm fashionable. And to crown it up, very confident. And my secret is...
People say I'm good looking, funny, hardworking, and to crown it up, very confident. And my secret is...
So whether in the office or at home,
in the streets or on the dance floor,
anytime, any day, I never lose my confidence. And the secret to my confidence is Wazobia perfume.
Absolutely. Wazobia perfume gives the authenticity and long-lasting fragrance all day. That's my secret confidence.
Wazobia perfume is available in body spray.
Also available in supermarkets and markets near you. Wazobia perfume, the correct scent.
We're back.
We're back.
We're back.
We're back.
We are back.
We're back on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
Hey Lagos, don't forget that you too can win money on here on Nigeria Info, courtesy of oneplay.ng. Now I know I have said this time and time again, but I mean, does the money ever get too much? All you have to do is go to the website www.oneplay.ng. That's numeral oneplay.ng. And when you get to that website, pick your station Nigeria Info, follow the instructions, and in a few seconds your ticket will be in the draw. A ticket is 500 naira, so you can play with 500 naira or more. And if you don't have a smartphone, well, not to worry. All you have to do is dial the code *347 *880 *3#. *347 *880 *3#. Now, playing with 500 naira or more can also get your tickets in the draw. app. Now remember that the more you play, the better your chances of winning every day. There's money to be won on the Money Crossfire. There's money to be won on WhatsApp Lagos. 3 people, in fact, win 25,000 naira on the WhatsApp Lagos show. And on Sunnyside, there's money to be won on there as well. Yes, there's also money to be won on Game On shows, weekday, weekend, money everywhere. But that's not even all, because every Friday there's a jackpot of 50,000 naira per show. And you, my dear, can get some of that money. All you have to do is make sure you're playing during the week, and automatically you get qualified for the weekly jackpot. Remember, your chances of winning are still the same. So whether you're playing on a smartphone with the website www.oneplay.ng, or you're doing it on a dataless phone or a small phone, yes, that small touchlight phone, if you're dialing the code *347*880*3#, either ways, your chances of winning are still the same. Okay, remember to play responsibly, Lagos. Tell a friend to tell a friend. If you're under 18, this is not your group chat. Please, you can now excuse us. All right then, 18 and above, let's start playing and let's start winning. There's money on ground. Do you want to get it?
You are listening to Open Thought on the Sunny Side with Joyce. Let's talk.
99.3 Nigeria info you on the sunny side. It's 32 minutes past 1. It's Open Thought Tuesday. Do I need play or replay the audio? I think it's a little triggering. I hope you didn't quite miss it. It's of a video out of Abuja, a hospital, where staff members took all the time in the world to attend to an emergency. And so we're trying to figure out if there's something we can do to correct the anomaly, something we can do to fix this crack in the system. Anybody can be, well, someone said, and to think that crossed my mind is utterly weird. The caller who said, when you have an emergency like that, just have money, because maybe if you put the money in their hands, they can move a little quicker. That is ludicrous. But it seems as though that's maybe one way that we can get these seeming dead bodies to move. How else can we explain these sorts of situations where repeatedly and constantly this is a pattern? And I think they think that they can get away with it, because if they know that they would not get away with it, they wouldn't do it.
Especially the government hospitals. Private hospitals is money, obviously. They know they will collect money. They will bill your daddy and you pay. No wahala. But government hospitals, Jesus, they move like snails.
Let's talk. It's Open Thoughts Tuesday. We need to find a way to fix this problem. This problem itself is an emergency. The sunny side is Open Thought Tuesday. Welcome to the show. How are you?
Hello, Joyce. How are you doing?
Thank you so much for being here. Tell us your name. Go ahead.
This is Remy.
Welcome, Remy.
From Akoka.
Go ahead.
Why do you think our leaders fly out of the country once they have ordinary headache?
Oh, wow. They have money, so maybe it's not a money problem.
They understand the resultant effect of their anyhowness in every sector. More reason they can't patronize the public hospital. They don't know experience the kind of thing you saw in that video. This is the daily reality of Nigerians. This happens every day. So I'm indifferent in terms of reaction. This is what happens every day.
Well, you can't be indifferent, because tomorrow it may be you. Like, what do you mean about indifferent?
Yes. I'm saying this because when things like this happen, we act like we are surprised. As if we don't. This happens every day. Forever, for long you tolerate something, it will continue. Everything rises and falls on leadership. The anyhowness from the top trickles down to the bottom. When those who are expected to make things work and not making things work, they don't invest in it, they don't care, and we not think it will have an effect. We always cry out when we see the result of things. But how about the cost of that thing? Are we holding our elected officials responsible? Don't we tolerate their anyhowness? We do. We laugh over it because it is not me today, it is someone else today. And it will continue.
All right.
Check the amount being invested in health. The subsidy has been removed from health, from education, from electricity and all that. And you think it will have the effect. We have leaders who embezzle money from every sector, and you think it will have effect. It will. So long we only gloss over it, we make joke skits out of it, and that's the end. And the next day we cry out that a nurse or a doctor maltreats or doesn't handle things well. It will happen. They tend to see the leaders do anyhow at the top, and you guys think it won't get down. It will.
All right.
Ordinary headache, they will leave this country. They can't patronize any of those hospitals. Even the so-called the one they built in their state, they can't patronize it. So long we tolerate bad governance, it will continue. You can say out every day, the way nurses and doctors, they won't do better because those at the top are not doing better. And they can't question them too.
Thank you very much
so
for calling.
What do we expect? Miracle to happen? This will continue so long we tolerate bad governance, so long we don't demand good governance. This will continue. Not because.
Thank you. I appreciate it. 99.3 Nigeria Info. It's Open Thought Tuesday. Good afternoon. Sorry, I lost you. Make it back. Nigeria Info is so good to have you join our conversation this afternoon.
Good afternoon, Lady J.
Welcome. Thank you for being here. Tell us your name, please, and go ahead. Are you ready?
Can I cast my name?
Go ahead, please.
You see, that audio you played is just like the last caller mentioned. This is something that the average Nigerian have to go through on a daily basis in this country. And it's a combination of factors that has brought us down to this point where we are. Leadership has failed. Because ask yourself, even those who are superintending over the affairs of this nation, what premium do they place on the life of Nigerians? When disaster strikes, even before disaster strikes, when you see the symptoms of disaster, a potential hazard, what do? Do we do everything within our power to prevent it? And when money is disbursed for that to be done, and somebody embezzles it, what happens? Who takes the fall? Nobody. You see what happened in Niger State? I'm sure that incident was preventable, that flood was preventable. Someone, someday, had been giving money to fortify certain walls and ensure that we do not have a repetition of such.
Something like that.
Alas, nobody will do anything about it. And when it happened, even those leadership positions, it took Mr. President a long time to decide whether to send the vice president or not. As a matter of fact, he wanted to send this information minister. Had to tell you the premium we place on the lives of Nigerians. And then we'll talk about this issue of corruption that has become a canker worm, a cancer. Remember this caller who told you that just have some crispy 500 naira notes in your hands, and then somebody will attend to you in an emergency situation. Why must it get to that point?
Ludicrous.
Where is our empathy? Where is our compassion? Where is our humanity? A driver saw somebody in a very critical condition on the express road. The humanity in him propelled him to convey that victim to the hospital, only for him to now start begging the nurses and the medical officials there to attend at FMC, Federal Medical Center, that is supposed to be a citadel of health delivery or healthcare delivery. So when that happens at the FMC, what they expect in other more miniature federal hospitals. Remember, there was one time one sports lady, I don't know if it's the current or the past one, complained about lack of certain drugs at the Asorok clinic there. So this is the system we operate. It's not something that corruption has its offshoots. That is what we're seeing. And then when we prioritize pilgrimage, subsidized pilgrimage, and unnecessary expenses in this country, engage in profligacy rather than taking care of our healthcare system, our education sector, that is what you get. Except you have money for private hospitals, then you're doomed in this country. That is where we are. So it's quite a very, very pathetic situation. But unfortunately, that is where we are. And until we do the right thing, and what is that? Get leadership right.
Yeah.
When you get leadership right, that leader will instill discipline and sanity in the system, and everybody will sit off. Remember the time of Buhari and Itonde Gabon? That is what Nigerians need. When Peter Obi was governor of Anambra State, he instilled discipline in Anambra State. There was civility. You do the right thing. Because almost everybody had his number.
Then let me ask you then. Are you saying that we cannot have a change in the system until we change the leadership of the system?
If we do not change leadership, look, when the head is rotten, Lady J, the entire body is affected. Without getting leadership right, we can never get a kind of society we so desire. And that change depends on us all as Nigerians.
Thank you.
Keep up the good work.
I appreciate you calling in. 99.3 Nigeria Info Open Thought Tuesday. You're on the sunny side. Thank you for being here. Hello.
Hello, Roger.
Thank you for being here. Good afternoon. Tell us your name. Go ahead, please.
Yeah, Francis calling from here. Yeah, the terrible state of Nigeria hospital. It's quite unfortunate, that we live here and we experience all this. But the solution is this, Joyce. Until Nigerians will learn to place a demand and demand on what we want, and they stop our political elites from going outside for medical treatment. That's the only one way solution. We stop them. They shouldn't go abroad to kill themselves or take any medication or take any medical tourism.
Are you ready?
Everybody should remain here and make use of what you give us. You can't do the hospital and you're not using it. What is the essence now? What is the essence? You go to hospital, there's no drugs. There's no drugs. And there's no doctors here. All the competent hands have left the country. Because why? They have bastardized the system. So it's very unfortunate. So until Nigeria learn to place a demand, let us place a demand. Tell these people, we are the ones that assign them the job. This is what we want, and they must do it. If they don't want to do it, they should get out of the office. That's the only solution.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, George. God bless you.
Very much for calling. Thank you. We're live streaming on YouTube, Nigeria Info FM, and we will have to go to WhatsApp this very moment because there are messages worth sharing. Kemi.
All right, Joyce and Kemi, we have become too wicked to ourselves. We lack empathy. If you go abroad, life is more important than anything. One reason you will jackpot. I used to visit Luz. People with blood will be treated on the floor. Just pray to not be sick.
So is that a case of unavailability of beds? Because I don't want to imagine that it's a choice that people are treated on the floor when they're a bed. So I want to assume that there is a factor informing that. It's not, to me, sensible that you will treat a person on the floor when you have a bed. So I'm just putting that out there, but please continue.
They'll be like, who's going to wash it? Maybe.
No.
Manpower, cleaning.
No.
Not enough facilities.
I want to assume that there are no beds. That's why people are treated on the floor. Because it adds another layer of insult to the whole picture. There are beds and people are being treated on the floor. So I want to assume that there are no beds. So people are like, it's an emergency. We'll just treat you on the floor. I want to believe that that's the...
At Luz?
Yeah, it's possible.
Oh, God. Okay.
You have to believe that.
And we're still building more hospitals.
Are we? That's a good thing. WhatsApp. Let's assume the best at this point. Otherwise, I don't think we're ready for the extent that this truly is an insult to all of us Nigerians.
This one says, hello, Joyce. My father died in 2017 March at Maitama General Hospital in Abuja. Because when we came with the emergency, he was rejected without any first aid and immediately left the hospital to go to National Hospital. He went into coma and we drove back to Maitama General Hospital. And he was now accepted. And he was placed on oxygen. Within 2 hours, he died. I believed if they accepted him when the case had not been as escalated as that, he would have survived. This person says, good afternoon, Lady J. Nice topic, ma'am. As I'm just listening to various people's experience in Nigeria hospitals, I just go down on my knees and say, God, I'm grateful for good health for me and my family. For more than 5 years now, I have had no reasons to go to the hospital. Lord, I appreciate. Thank you, Jesus. This person says, hello, Joyce and Kemi. My son was born preterm at Ali Mosho General Hospital in Gondo. 2 years later, we went back there for a surgery. My experience is that while some are not in behavior, some of them actually have human feelings, but the system is not helping. 3 personalities stand out. This is Irioba, the chief matron, Nurse Akombi, and Nurse Olubiyo Mojisola. These 3 people I never knew them, and I've never given them anything, but they stood to ensure that my son survived. These ones are good examples. Some wanted to extort money from me.
Well, it's such a beautiful thing that you remember their names, and when they are like, I think it's Some of us are quite bad with names, but it's a good thing that you remember their names. And I know that there are people who are not just good at their jobs, but have the heart for the job. And I know that the system has a way of truly making you inefficient at your job. But I'm hoping that the problem that we're discussing is not a problem of our own making, except maybe that the problem we're discussing is actually a problem of our making. That's the tragedy of this. Open Thought Tuesday.
Okay. This person says, Joyce, I use Ilera Eco, and most times you go for treatment and they give you the most inferior treatment. And even their pharmacy will select the most inferior drugs, which in most cases will not even cure malaria fever. If you love yourself, you will look for other solutions.
Wait.
It's only God that's keeping us alive.
Now, that's an allegation.
Against Ilera Eco.
Who's Ilera Eco?
So it's a health system in Lagos State to provide drugs and meant to people that can't really afford them.
Oh.
We can look it up.
No. Because I'm trying to understand the logic. Because he's saying inferior.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming that.
So it's like an HMO sort, I guess. Let me see.
Oh.
So a list of hospitals that apply.
Wait,
yes,
so
it's a healthcare scheme.
I can't quite defend it. If he says inferior, then maybe it's really worth looking at. Maybe it's indeed inferior. Because I was thinking, if it's hospital, why would it be inferior? I mean, why is a hospital treatment will be inferior?
The insurance scheme. That's what it is. So it's like those of them that can afford emos, they don't have offices that work with.
Then the caters
the
to
government
them.
now set up Ilera Code to take care of those people. But apparently, he's saying...
even they know that it's inferior.
And I'm sure when the government is doing it, they're like seeing the standard drugs and whatnot. But when the people start coming in, if it's not a day that the government is expecting, it's cry day.
Let me quickly go to YouTube. There's a comment here. Leo said, Joyce, culture we eat Saturday for breakfast. And we have normalized and now unprofessionalism and terrible behavior by our leaders. This is what we eat. It will happen again. And it's that tragedy that I'm hoping that we can truly just put an end to. The fact that there's a guaranteed certainty that this will happen again, except something is done today to stop it. Thank you so much for writing me. Hi, Joyce. I'm sure about the name Kemi. This topic to ask for listen, like every other issue. Nigerians forget too soon. This is OC. You say for diaspora. I thought we had fixed this issue.
The thing?
Oh yeah, it's the WhatsApp.
It's WhatsApp.
Good. Well, you are connected. That's for sure. Her name's Kemi. You are connected. If it's about calling in, you can call in via WhatsApp. Yeah, you can. Okay. You can. Thank you so much. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's go to the telephone lines. Give me just a moment. Hello, Nigeria Info. Just a moment. Welcome to the Sunny Side. It's Open Thought Tuesday. Can you hear me? You can't? Can you just hold on? Wait. Telephone lines are ringing. Hello, Nigeria Info. Open Thought Tuesday.
Hello. Good afternoon, sister.
Thank you so much. Tell us your name. Go ahead.
Hey, Sikechukwu, I greet you. I want to digress small. Maybe they are afraid of police reports. That's my own opinion. But they're supposed to save lives first. Nigeria government and their public institutions have taken Nigerians like indigents. No hand glove, which is true. And I believe it. Hand glove is being sold on in order. Nigerian life again doesn't matter. Again, they are telling the man that what is his problem. And us are supposed to have good manners attending to public. Is it how Tinubu promised to help local hospitals and the parastatals? No syringe, no hand glove, bad manners. Now, according to what you ask us, solution. NLC, TUC, CSO, CDH, NGOs, Occupy National Assembly, and they request and they mandate them to pass a bill for our social contract and social security. Are you hearing me?
Go ahead.
You asked us last yesterday, what can we do about this budget party and our politicians are taking us on granted? That's number one. To occupy National Assembly. 2011, National Assembly told police, don't disturb doctor. Let them treat bullet wound first. How is the case? Our police adhering to the instruction from the National Assembly. Are you hearing me? So this case you brought, it has been happening since. But it's unfortunate that our Nigerian government are making the ground. But I don't blame them. I blame Nigerian judiciary and technicalities and INEC. Let me stop for now.
I appreciate
because they have, that have turned to jump, money-making machine. No manners again.
Thank you. All right, Kemi, what's up?
Okay, this one says, good afternoon, Joyce. Simple solutions is good governance. Poverty has made almost everyone lost their sense of humanity. News dead has become the normal. The news dead has become the normal. We are in a time where there are more funeral parties than birthdays, anniversaries, celebrations of heroes, and thereon. The government hospital is full of secret cults and satanic practices who don't care. Okay, this person says, good afternoon, Joyce. One of the solutions is to have cameras in public places so that there won't be denials. And this person says, why is no one talking about the police implications that prevents these hospitals or nurses from attending to medical emergencies? Have the Senate passed a law to stop the police from arresting individuals or hospital staff who try to save accident victims? I can't stop to help accident victims, and hospitals also avoid attending to emergencies because of the police implication. You solve that, and everyone can then begin to assist accident victims. This person says, good afternoon, Joyce. The video you played is so touching that
but pardon me, but okay. I think we fixed that. I think because it must have been like 2 years ago, the Lagos House of Assembly passed a bill requiring immediate treatment of victims of accidents and crimes before requiring a police report. Yeah. So that even by law has been established. I think it's now more attitude. And I don't know what else, because this truly is a dying. It feels like something in society that is either dead or is dying, and it's evident in the way that we treat lives. If we don't fix it, the next casualty could be you.
It says, the video you played is so touching, it brought tears in my eyes. You will say so many cuts and so are going on in general hospitals because I've been in death situations which led to death of 2 junior siblings of mine. What I can conclude on is that most medical personnel are overwhelmed with work, especially in that emergency area. As they are attending to one, 5 more are being brought to the hospital during medical seriously. I saw slump and die in front of me while giving a patient CPR. What broke my heart is that in the video, the body language of the human looking at another human on the floor, that's way out of humanity. This person says, on Abuja Hospital, our healthcare can never improve until your leaders start to patronize those hospitals. What do you expect in a country where your president and ministers go to France and UK for healthcare? Of course, these hospitals know nothing will happen, so they misbehave. Hello, Joyce. Healthcare workers need to be paid well and taking care of it all. Of all the costs, they are important to the nation, and that is the reason why most of them are leaving the country for greener pastures. We don't have enough health workers in our hospitals, and there must be discipline and professional trade.
We will go off on a break. We will be right back. This is 99.8 Info.
More news and information coming up. We'll be back in a moment.
It's tasty, creamy, and nourishing. It's original Niger yogurt. It's Fan Yogo. Go for the new Fan Yogo drinking yogurt. Fan Yogo, original Niger yogurt.
If the world was ending, I wanna be next.
It is an incontrovertible fact that the future of power is solar. It is becoming increasingly clear that solar is the way to go if reliable, clean, and uninterrupted power is our goal. Our homes need power. Our offices need power. Our public buildings need power. Our lives and activities need power. And of course, I mean reliable power. Now, at the Solar World Electric Technology Limited, we have cut our teeth as professionals in the business of solar and renewable energy, ranging from inverters, lithium-ion batteries, solar panels, solar water heating systems, solar street lights, etc. You can visit our office at the Seco Mall, 5th Roundabout, Lekki Epe Expressway, Jakonde, Lagos, or our website on www.solarworldelectric.com, or you can call us on 0906 3192. Solar World Electric Technology Limited. We are redefining the limits.
You've tried calling in, sending messages.
You've wanted to share your thoughts, and make your voice heard.
Time always runs out, and you never get the opportunity.
Now you have a chance.
Voice of the people on 99.3 Niger Info.
Everybody's listening. The people.
Record yourself expressing on any issue of concern in 30 seconds.
Raise your concern on Voice of the People.
Second video from a quiet place. Just audio.
Send your voice of people and video entry on social media. Nigeria Info FM Lagos.
People on 99.3 Nigeria.
Let's talk. Nigeria is.
Did you know?
Did you know?
Did you know?
Did you know?
Did you know? Did you know? Your dose of facts we bet you never knew. Right here on Both 99.3.
Did you know you can be heavily pregnant and not realize? Cryptic pregnancies aren't that uncommon, with 1 in 500 not recognized until at least halfway through, and 1 in 2,500 not known.
A piece of the puzzle now revealed. Keep questioning, keep listening, only on Nigeria Info 99.3. This is not just a debate. It's a battle of minds. A clash of brilliance. A war of words. And only one champion. One true champion will rise. From the heart of the capital, Abuja.
We live in a world where 735 million people suffer from hunger, a crisis fueled by climate.
From the oil city, Port Harcourt.
You see, with less time to focus on short-term gains, like how to appease voters before the next election.
From the city that never sleeps, Lagos.
Who is the right leader? The proposition might say someone who is bold and decisive, but I oppose this belief.
The regional champions are ready. The stage is set. The stakes higher than ever before. Who will outthink? Who will outwit? Who will dare to differ? Catch the I Beg to Differ National Finals live on all Nigeria Info FM and Kids FM stations. It's intellect, it's pack it, the future in action. Debate redefined. The IBTD National Tournament begins August 4th to 5, only on Nigeria Info FM and Kids FM nationwide. For sponsorship, call 0805-581-5844 or email ibegtodiffer@nigeriainfo.fm. I Beg to Differ, the Tournament of Champions.
Welcome back to your number
For news, sports, and talk that you can relate.
If I told you now to come and buy a Shebi for 20,000 naira, then you would quickly get that money out. But if I told you to come and do a health check and you should put down 20,000 naira, you probably would say it's very, very expensive.
That's too much now.
Why should I go and dash one doctor? And because people are not paying attention, people are therefore getting sicker and sicker.
99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
It's 2 o'clock.
The headline news on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
99.3 Nigeria Info. I am Boluwati Fair Jagada. In the news, Lagos Governor Sanwo-Olu urges parents to instill discipline, honesty, and faith in children. NIMC issues NINs to nearly 60,000 inmates in partnership with Correctional Service. NEMA launches nationwide flood awareness campaign as rainy season worsens. Troops kill Boko Haram commander Malam Jida in Yobe military operation. Former Governor of Ekiti State Fayose vows never to leave PDP despite backing President Tinubu. PDP's Segun Showumi hints at possible shift to APC after Aso Rock visit. PDP chieftain Dele Momodu warns opposition needs strong alliance, discipline to challenge APC in 2027. Thousands attend Ojude-Oba festival in Ijebu-Ode despite Awujale's absence. Search and recovery continue after deadly flash floods in Mokwa. Niger State Governor Bago announces 1 billion naira relief and 50 trucks of grains for Mokwa flood victims. Amnesty International says that girl survivors of Boko Haram still being failed by government 1 year after. EFCC says billions recovered now funding national infrastructure project. And WHO maintains Mpox outbreak remains a global health emergency. Now to the foreign scene. Russia to offer 500,000 scholarships to international students, including Nigerians. Dangote hints at a major economic shake-up in the country. At least 9 killed in school shooting in Graz, Austria, including students and the gunman. U.S. President Trump orders Marines to Los Angeles in additional deployment as unrest calms. Israeli Navy strikes Houthi targets in Yemen for first time since Gaza war began. And finally, Chinese defense minister meets South African military chief in Beijing. That's all for the news at this time. If you have a news report you want us to cover, call us on 014657175. That is 014657175. Thank you so much for staying tuned. I am Buluwati Fair. Jagade Sunny Side with Joyce continues.
Quality talk.
Intelligent conversations.
Always interesting.
So engaging.
Sometimes even mind-boggling.
Nigeria Info. Ask everyone. Anyone.
You are listening to Open Thought on the Sunny Side with Joyce. Let's talk.
99.3 Nigeria Info, the Sunny Side. Hello, good afternoon. It's 4 minutes past 2 p.m. Okay, so we have quite a number of messages to work through, and I think we should do that first. We want to walk through a few messages, and we should get back to the conversation, but there's also something I find particularly interesting, and it's Open Thought Tuesday. In fact, it may just be your day, not in a direct sense. I'm just going to give you a clue. There's a video trending right now. It's of the FCT minister, Wike. That's the clue. Okay. So in a moment, I'll get your reaction to his prayers being answered. But first, can we get to WhatsApp, get to your reaction about how best we can manage what appears to be inefficiencies, the lack of interest, maybe poor remuneration, maybe it's a lack of care or value for workers that now appears to directly affect the value that we place on human lives in Nigeria. We're looking at the video out of Abuja, the hospital scene where a Good Samaritan picks up Nigerians who had been in an accident, takes them to the hospital, and the hospital workers' response. We're picking up from there. So what's up?
Okay. This person said, yes, inferior, which is common with low-class HMO. I experienced similar situations under Sterling HMO and via Holy Trinity Hospital at Ikeja. Spent over 2 weeks at home without improvement. I went to another hospital and paid out of my pocket and got better within 2 weeks.
So that's you speaking of a different kind of HMO and how the HMO places you on something that you regard to be an inferior level where you don't get the best of healthcare.
This person says, hi, Lady J. Ilera Eco is a good health insurance scheme set up by the Lagos State government. I did a family package and picked the hospital that's close to my house. My wife just put to bed through operation in the hospital and I was not charged 1 penny. I also use it. Since I've been using it, I haven't paid a dime.
And that's, well, so I guess thank you, Lagos State. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. This person says, hi, Joyce. This matter is across board. It cuts across all sectors. I went to collect my transcripts from Lasu Ojo and the secretary told us that she wanted to go and pray. Came back after 1 hour, then told us she was going for lunch break. After another hour, make I even leave hospital experiences cost e plenty. Hospitals where doctor and nurses still government funded hospital equipment and use it in their private clinics. You go fear now. Here in the UK, the sick and elderly people are considered VVIP. It is well.
So then I guess that there is a, I don't know, do we call it natural at this point? Say a nature that appears to be natural with government workers, or a character or behavioral pattern that's prevalent with people who work for the federal government, which may specifically be that of a lack of interest both for the job and the services that they provide. I guess that's what he's trying to say.
Yeah.
Okay,
Anyway.
good.
This person says, Joyce, there are beds available, but they keep it for people who can pay. I've had experience with my uncle. We had to pay before they could give him a space. By the way, what are we doing? FB to each other as citizens needs to be pointed out. Government provides, even if the government provides medicine, nurses and doctors collaborate with private pharmacies to sell it at ridiculous prices. It's some people working that are doing evil. This person says, Joyce, 70% of Nigerians don't prioritize their medical health care. Same 70% of our society look down on people that don't appear rich. Though I empathize, but healthcare sector is business. Healthcare investors are highly needed. This person says...
Wait, go back.
Okay.
The part where the person says people look down on people, can you repeat that?
Okay, he says 70% of Nigerians don't prioritize their medical health care.
Okay.
And that same 70% of our society look down on people that don't appear rich. Though I
want to discuss
empathize,
that, but I'm
healthcare
looking
is
for an
business.
aspect. I'm looking for an aspect to discuss that on either language and interpretations or the Lords of Logic. This thing where, and it's funny, the reasons for which you look down on people, or when people who look down on other people, the reasons for which they do that. Usually, it's a money thing. I really want to discuss how stupid that is. Like, I really want to discuss the void. No, I'm serious. I want to discuss how disadvantaged you must be for your frame of reference to be exclusively money. Okay, not today.
This person says, I think the solution maybe is to pay them very well, plan their lives better with annual holiday plans, etc. Give the best staff at the end of the year an award. This may boost their morals and encourage many more to put in their best. Remember that the judiciary have been planned for, the army, and of course the politicians, but the doctors, nurses, teachers are all on their own without any incentive from the government. What a pity.
What if the system treats the workers the way the workers treats accident victims or patients? Is that even a likelihood? Actually, I'll rephrase that. Is that the possibility where, well, the only reason the nurses act this way or the first responders act this way is because of the way they're being treated themselves? I think that's also a possibility that we cannot overlook, because this has to be like a ripple effect of something.
Like, they are doing me dirty, so
they do me dirty, I do you dirty.
This one says, Nigeria is a nation of insanity being governed by insane folks. Where a country where cows are greater value than humans, a country where police would threaten citizens with words such as "I will kill you" and nothing will happen, and goes ahead to make a will. For a fact, nothing actually happens. It's very pathetic.
Okay, I really think we should draw this conversation to a close. It's necessary, one, that this is a conversation. Two, we have to change this problem. This thing has become a problem in itself, and it is a problem to every Nigerian. The tragedy of this is we don't want to create a society where the person, I'll give you a moment, where it's the person with the money that gets access to healthcare or any other necessary public service. We don't want that, because what happens is that everybody suffers, whether it's a poor evaluation, whether it's somebody being someone feeling that they have more money than you, someone feeling you didn't respect them enough, someone feeling that you don't deserve it though you are acting like you do, someone just wanting to prove to you that they have power. If we create a level playing field where everybody is human and humanized, where everybody is respected and value is placed on life and living and effort, that way everybody gets the benefit from the system. But if we create divisions in that system, even those who think that they are outside the division get divided and also suffer the consequences of that division. So this is going to be your final message, because we have to look at something else.
This person says, hi Joyce, during Fashola's regime in Lagos, he visited the Ikorodu General Hospital in disguise to know how things work over there, and he saw the way doctors and nurses were behaving, although he fired some of them. But I don't think they have learned. I wish someone too can do the same and see how these health workers do not have any sympathy at all.
I think it's the beauty of a leader that wants to deliver. That's the difference probably between Fashola and any other form of leadership that we may have experienced. And there are different leadership styles. Maybe this particular leader has laid the burden or the responsibility on those to whom he has jurisdiction over and expects them to carry out their duty. And then there's some other leaders that like to get the job done themselves. Now, they can't do everything themselves, but when they have an opportunity, they like to just get into the field and try to play ball. So maybe that's exactly what Fashola did. And I guess a lot of Nigerians have fond memories of Fashola and his method of leadership. I can imagine that if that were to become that's how they give Michelin star to restaurants. Yeah, the people who evaluate you sometimes come undercover to see how your restaurant kind of works and how you cater to service, and then they write a review about you, and just enough review can get you one Michelin star. So I guess that if this became a habit where you are not sure who is who and what is what, you are more likely to be the best at your job. And maybe if we humanize the workers, because maybe that's probably something we need to talk about. If we humanize the workers, then maybe they can bring that very same spirit to work. Because I think it's one thing to say Nigeria isn't working without necessarily touching every possible nerve that's informing this thing that's affecting all of us. It's utter tragedy. I want to thank the Good Samaritan who made a video, because that video is truly showing us what can be on any given day when there are no cameras, when the nurses think that after you're done shouting, you'll turn back and they wouldn't do anything and nothing will happen. But I think Nigerians, we have a duty. We have a duty to determine what this country will be and what it will become, through whom and with whom. So this is probably just going to be a side note. I'm thinking that the conversation can be a side note, so that the next time we have to make a choice about what to do in order to lead Nigeria forward, you take this situation into account. The reason this is necessary is because this can be you. We're going to go off on a break. When we come back, Wike prays. We probably may need to join him in prayer. It's Open Thought Tuesday.
What's that station again? No.
Here's one thing you need to know about yourself. So like here we talk.
Yep, bullseye. That's the one.
You're listening to 99.3 Nigeria Info's The Sunny Side. The Sunny Side. Welcome. My name's Joyce.
We are climbing 340. We need to reduce. Don't need rest. Select the so we are adding 280 descending now. Flight level 150 request Check the speed, 18 to 50, 150,
All right, so hello everyone and welcome to the show 99.3 Nigeria Info. It's reported that the FCT minister is trending. He's trending because his flight, the aircraft had some issues. The engineers appeared to be very much in control, at least according to what is being reported. So I guess one of the pilots wrote, loads of fuel inbound to Nigeria. Crew had it under control, unlike the passenger who needed new undies. Well done, pilots and FA. Now, someone goes beneath that to say, and I quote, I was trying to read some of the waypoints. The route page on the center displayed Lagos, definitely Lagos. It did quite appear that everything was under control, but I think just the thought of dying petrified the FCT minister. And it really just shows you that maybe his life didn't flash before his eyes. Maybe. Because maybe it did. Maybe it did. But, yeah. He's fine and he's doing well. That's I need to say that. The minister is fine. The minister is doing well. The pilots indeed had everything under control, but he really panicked. I do not think that this is a lack. By the way, the pilots, I'm not sure their state of origin. Looks like one black, one white guy. So I'm not thinking that he is thinking that this is a sabotage. But you can see the intensity with which he calls on father. And out of curiosity, I was wondering which father. It's Open Thought Tuesday. Have you ever been this close to death? And who did you call? Let's talk.
That's a very good question.
Welcome to Nigeria Info 0201-2770-993, 0201-465-7190. And on WhatsApp 08095975805. Open Thought Tuesday. Have you been that terrified? Now you have to understand we're talking Wike here. I don't even know what you know about him, but anything that you must know about him must be in the red. Well, it must be something that adds to the character of someone who's cold, cruel, mean, brash. You can see the way he treated landowners in Abuja or those who claimed that they had a right to land. But the minister thought, well, given that we are government, we have a superior stance on what you think is your land. And many people have a perception that Wike is power hungry. And I guess he's a bold guy. He knows what he wants. He goes to get it. Wike staged a public dispute with the now sitting governor of Rivers State. And somehow, by the way, we haven't discussed that Fumbara went to Tinubu and came back a different being singing a different tune. That's a conversation for another day. But Wike is that guy and Fumbara isn't. Okay, good. But here in a moment of fear, you can see a man in his true elements. I'm curious as to the father he was calling. More like, who's your daddy? Welcome to the show. How are you?
Hello, good afternoon, sister.
Thank you for calling.
Sister, I don't know much noise about Wike, what is happening in Nigeria. Now, let me tell you, Wike is a mortal man like me. Let me tell you why.
Did you hear the audio I played?
I had it. He said he's panic. He's supposed to panic because he's a mortal man. Not being created himself. He's supposed to panic. Me myself, I'm supposed to panic. But Nigeria is not taking Wike news like say it's one kind Hitler, or one kind, Gaddafi, or one kind India. I mean, except federal market, Wike is nowhere to be found. On the 26th of February 2023, Wike left church and went and rig election for Tinubu, and he entered minister. And he's supposed to run. He said they announced Atiku winner. Somebody said in their first.
Hold on a second. Have you been this terrified? Have you been this terrified? Have you been this terrified before?
I have been terrified before. I have been terrified for motor and for plane itself. When I was going to Ghana, it got to one place where we reach. Our plane going to be like I gallop. I going to shout, "Hey boy, I have been terrified."
Not typical.
But let me tell you, Wike is a normal human being like me.
All
Just
right.
that it's easy for Ramite.
All right.
Wike.
Thank you. I need to play that prayer again. That should be someone's ringtone. Hello, welcome to the show. How are you? Can you hear me? Nigeria Info is Open Thought Tuesday.
Yes. Good afternoon.
Afternoon to you. Tell me your name.
My name is Bless.
Go ahead.
I think in the past conversation, but that one, because let me speak to your right now. Hello?
I'm sorry I cannot hear you. I was asking you, have you ever been terrified before? We've seen many videos of Nigerians who get a little overreactive when they're, on board a flight and something turbulent happens. So today is Wike's turn, right? But let's talk about Nigerians who get on these flights and utterly panic. Welcome to the show. It's Open Thought Tuesday.
Good afternoon, Joyce.
Afternoon.
It's Emmanuel. I'm speaking from Joyce. You are a troublemaker.
Talking about Nigerians, Wike, who get on
I mean, this thing, I saw it recently on a document. I never believed it until you.
Oh.
You see, some of these people, politicians, rich people, some of us think they are immune, to things we go through daily basis. It's a lie. They are not immune.
Of course we know that, but I'm even speaking in a more broader sense, like Nigerians who tend to panic when something slight happens to the aircraft.
Okay. I've been close to death. It was on a river. The Ekpe River. I don't know if you know that river.
No.
I was facing was it storm? I don't know if it's storm they call it.
Yeah.
And funny enough, I was the only one in the canoe. It was just stubbornness. I don't know how to paddle.
You don't know how?
I just started paddling.
That's crazy.
Like 3 or 4 days. And I went at the middle of the river. The storm came. Joyce, I don't know what to do. I was thinking that I should imagine. I was thinking capsizing the boat myself.
Out of fear.
Holding the boat.
You are ridiculous.
My thought was that if I capsize the boat will be floating, and then I will hold the boat.
Oh.
And that would have been the worst case.
Didn't you have a life jacket?
I didn't have anything.
Good Lord.
Man. But what helped me that day was that something just told me that I should turn the boat because it was the wind.
Yeah.
And where I was coming from was where the wind was blowing to.
Okay, hold on a second. I'm going to go off on a break. I need to come back to your gist. This is interesting.
More talk, news, and sports after this.
This is not just a debate. It's a battle of minds. A clash of brilliance. A war of words. And only one champion. One true champion will rise. From the heart of the capital, Abuja.
We live in a world where 735 million people suffer from hunger, a crisis fueled by climate.
From the oil city, Port Harcourt.
You see, we lost time to focus on short-term gains, like how to appease voters before the next election.
From the city that never sleeps, Lagos.
Who is the right leader? The proposition might say someone who is bold and decisive, but I oppose this belief.
The regional champions are ready. The stage is set. The stakes higher than ever before. Who will outthink? Who will outwit? Who will dare to differ? Catch the I Beg to Differ National Finals live on all Nigeria Info FM and Kids FM stations nationwide. It's intellect, it's passion, it's the future in action. Debate redefined. The IBTD National Tournament begins August 4th, 2025, only on Nigeria Info FM and Kids FM nationwide. For sponsorship, call 0805-581-5844 or email ibegtodiffer@nigeriainfo.fm. I Beg to Differ, the Tournament of Champions.
Did you know?
Did you know?
Did you know?
Did you know?
Did you know? Did you know? Your dose of facts. We bet you never knew. Right here on Nigeria Info 99.3.
Did you know that you remember more dreams when you sleep badly? Research suggests that if you sleep badly and wake up multiple times throughout the night, you will be more likely to recall the content of any dreams you had. You are also more likely to remember a dream when woken from one.
Another piece of the puzzle now revealed. Keep questioning, keep listening. Only on Nigeria Info 99.3.
Hi, e dey tasty, creamy and nourishing. E get vitamins A, D, E, B1, B9, B12 and zinc. Na original Naija yogurt. I beg you, make una throw away salute for fine yogurt. Beg you, go Jollimento with the new fine yogurt drinking yogurt.
Fine yogurt, original Naija yogurt.
99.3 Nigeria Info, your number one station for talk. Let's talk.
I'm of the opinion that Nigerians overreact when they come close to death. Maybe it's not coming close to death. It's the perception that they could be close to death. So you look at the FCT minister. He's a strong guy. But...
Had man.
But just a sense that he could die. Now, there are videos. We've all seen those videos of Nigerians aboard a 737, maybe London to Nigeria or Nigeria somewhere. And there's a turbulence. The Nigerians just freak out.
Yeah,
And I honestly think it's an overreaction. I honest to God think 95% of the time, Nigerians are just afraid to die. It's Open Thought Tuesday. Sorry, I lost you. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. How are you?
Hello, Joyce. Good afternoon.
Afternoon to you.
Quite funny listening to that sound. But
yeah, the FC. Okay.
My name is Alex. So what?
Yeah, tell us about you coming close to something you thought was death and how you reacted. Because we're laughing at the FCT minister now. Well, I'm sure you're like that too.
I was scared, but not so.
Not like this.
I'm not bothered playing.
Oh.
But I can just imagine how that would be. But one thing I want people to know, especially the SCT minister, he's been playing God. But that is just a small token. They are saying that he has somebody that is supreme, more supreme than any other person. It is because God has been so merciful and so patient. What if that plane must have lost total control? That's what
he was praying against, and his prayers were answered.
Maybe now he loses his life. What will he now be telling his God? You say, what God is he calling? You think he's calling the same God? Yeah, the same God. It might be the one he is calling. You understand? But because God is so kind and so merciful and so patient, He will give you time to continue your wrong way, but He will wait for you to turn from your wicked ways. If maybe you turn back to Him, but when you refuse. And I don't mean you, I mean them that refuse to come to the light. They believe they are so powerful, they are above any other thing. But one thing, God said, repent from your wicked ways and turn back to Him. We are all sinners, but we have found the light and we agree to follow the light. But these people, they continue to go the wrong way. And we'll be telling them this is not the way to live. Upon all the money people have been amassing, of what purpose? What is life?
Oh, well, I guess that's something only he can properly define for himself.
And you remember Peter Obi also had such issue.
Did he pray like this? Where's the video?
He was trying to calm those people there. So imagine him.
Do you think Nigerians are afraid of dying? Do you think, do you think Nigerians are afraid of death?
I can't say. I can only talk for my own self.
Do you think you're afraid of death? Like you panic?
I'm not afraid of this.
Okay.
I am not afraid of this.
Thank you. So you're not one of those Nigerians on those airplanes. Thank you so much for calling. I do appreciate. Hi, how are you?
Yeah, it's Emmanuel calling back.
Oh, good. You were telling me about you being in a canoe and you don't know how to paddle.
So, when something just tell me to turn the canoe.
Yeah.
So immediately I turned the canoe. Joyce, the canoe was going smoothly with a very high speed.
Oh, so was the wind.
Yeah. because it was the wind.
Yeah.
So he took me to the shore, and I came down. And that was my closest.
You could have walked on water. Nice.
I'm not Jesus now. So, I once listened to one Week's interview. And then he said sometimes they also go through, fear. That there was a time that, his wife, was telling him to calm down, that he was
going too fast.
Public opinion, was going against him and so on. And then he was like, he was braggadocious, in front of our wife, that immediately he left that house, something just told him that he might go out and not come back again. So they also think about death sometimes, and then they are not that picture we see them to be, sometimes.
Okay. Well, I'm glad you survived your fear. Thank you so much for calling me. I do appreciate it. Hello, welcome. How are you? It's Open Thought Tuesday.
Hi, Joyce. Good afternoon.
Afternoon to you.
Lapuchu is my name.
Good to have you.
From Alimocha. This year topic is laughable. We can ever wonder. Nobody wants to die. Now life is sweet.
Have you come so close to death? Did you cry? Who did you call?
I will tell you who I call. Him they call father. But I remember we can those times. He said if they fly, he will fly. If they disappear, he will disappear.
Strong man.
If they come fly again, he can't call father.
Yeah.
Well, if an emergency, everybody will panicking. We are human beings.
Yeah,
that's
true.
for sure.
That's true.
I call my personal Lord and Savior. That is Jesus Christ. That's what I'm calling. I call it Jesus. Jesus Christ.
I think Nigerians overreact. Do you think Nigerians overreact sometimes when there's this thing about death? Nigerians just panic.
Exactly.
Okay. How do you think so?
Who is not panicking?
Okay.
Nobody, even white men, not only Nigerians. Whoever. Life is sweet. Nobody wants to die.
Okay. All right. Thank you so
we
much.
Panic, Nigerian panic a lot.
Yeah?
Yes, for emergency. What are we saying?
Okay.
Yes, and we call what we believe on. We believe on Allah. We call Allah. We believe in Jesus Christ. We call Jesus Christ. If you believe in whatever you believe, we call on Him to save you. So,
thank you.
I believe in Christ, so I call on Him. And He surely will save me in time of emergency.
May God be merciful to you.
That's my take.
Thank you so much for calling. Welcome to Open Thought Tuesday. How are you?
Yeah, thank you.
What's your name?
Yeah.
Sorry, I lost you. What's your name? Can you hear me?
Bless.
Go ahead.
Blessed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And you question recently. You said whether
have you come close to death and did you panic more than we care or because some of you are dramatic, proper theater.
I will tell you the truth. I didn't panic, but there was a little bit of fear with me.
That's fair.
But because let me explain. There was a little bit of fear in me. I won't say that I didn't have fear, but I didn't shout against this.
Okay.
Because do you know the reason? Do you know the reason why?
Why?
The reason why is that because of what I believe on. Are you getting me? Because there is seed of His word in my mind. So that was what was reacting to me. So that I was just speaking out. Are you getting me?
Dude, speak quickly now. You sound like you don't even believe in what you believe in. Which one are you saying? You believed in something, and that was why you didn't shout.
God, now you know now.
I don't. What do you mean? I know.
God. So okay.
This one's probably crying when they fear.
Yeah, because of it. Are you getting me? So what I understand is that you see the people who are more wicked, they are more wicked, very, very wicked. They don't want evil thing to happen.
Is that why you said you didn't shout? Maybe, yeah. I don't think that's what you mean.
I didn't. The reason why, what I mean, the reason why I did not shout, because there is seed of God in me, and you don't need to shout. So
okay. So all those Nigerians that shout when the flight, shakes a little bit, they don't have Spirit of God in them.
On them,
they don't. All right, got it. Thank you. We'll have to go to WhatsApp because WhatsApp has opinions. Do you think Nigerians panic unnecessarily?
This person says, all I can say is ha ha ha. Oh, father of green bottles, lol. Joyce, is it me with 97 naira in my account that will be afraid to die? The guy can't afford to leave the billions in his account.
Okay.
This person says, I think say weekend I had manu. He's a chicken, lol.
No, but so maybe I mean it's death and there's a finality to it. And it's not just a weekend reaction, right? We've seen Nigerians do this.
Do it before.
We've seen Nigerians do it. So maybe rather than just focus on Wike, if this video is anything to go by, it's new. But there are videos of Nigerians who know
who lost it.
That if they don't lose their minds, they'll probably never own it again. So they just really go into this frenzy. And it's funny because the person who's always recording the videos always appear calm.
Yeah, they're like,
wait, why did the Nigerians who recorded the Nigerians appear to not be in much of a panic? I've always noticed that. Yeah, the one who's recording
panicking for two. And you are chill for two.
Maybe they're praying for two.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah,
What's that?
It says, I think it's time we face the real issues about this our beloved country and not some video and recording. We are not sure if it's true or talking and waiting for people to.
That's not necessary. Excuse me. That's not necessary. Thank you. It's not. There are many issues. We just spoke about one. Did you give us a solution?
No, he didn't.
No, you didn't. So if you're gonna posture, do it on hard facts.
This person says the excerpt you just played is a pointer to the fact that Mr. Wike is human. However, he is viewed. We should all join his family to thank God for safe landing.
That's for sure. But Nigerians panic, true or false? And I think sometimes it's overreaction. So you tell me what you think about that.
Joyce Onyemuwa, I read the story yesterday and I was laughing. The problem is that we are all human, covering our fears and mortality with boldness.
Yeah.
Have you read what happened to Hitler, Joe Goebbels, and Eva Braun in the bunker? All men are mortals. I have been terrified in a flight around North Africa due to a heavy storm. I thought of my life in seconds. Thank God for mercy. Thank God. This one says the Green Reaper has appointed a different date for the FCT minister. Now rich people, they fear death pass.
Poor people are afraid. Poor people go into whatever they go into is just something from the books. I think that whether you're poor or you're rich,
exactly.
There's just this thing about when you're not ready to go, or at least I think so.
You don't have money. Where are you going now? Maybe you wait till you have money, then you cannot say, okay, maybe
Is that the reason people panic? Is that the reason you think people panic the way they panic? They don't have money, so I want to make money before I go?
Yes, let me at least shop. I don't even money to eat more in this life. I've not even money to see what cinema even look like. You know, I should come and go where?
Okay, that.
Then this person says, good afternoon, Miss Joyce. This goes to show you that if capital punishment is legislated and enforced, all these corrupt leaders will deviate from it. Imagine beheading a politician who embezzled public funds with the glutening machine and broadcasting it live on Crime Channel for others to see, and hanging
with a guillotine. That's very guy.
No, the rest is another thing. Is letting continue to pray because
if we're serious. We can do life imprisonment. Where have you been? Yeah, are you this mad?
It's a horror movie. The rest is just
as graphic.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you for writing me.
Yeah. Okay. This one says, Joyce, this topic is funny. Wicked, they pray, ha ha ha. Him no fit use him power restore the plane back to normal. Lol. By the way, it's not only Nigerians that panic. My flight from Switzerland to Dominican Republic had lots of white people shouting and gassing out.
Shouting what? Okay, wait, what were they shouting? Please tell me what they were shouting.
Some lost consciousness. It was a terrible experience. I think it's a human instinct to panic at the face of death.
Okay.
Wike, the strong baby. By the way, please
to be fair to Wike, I don't think it's fair to call him a strong baby, because if we agree that this is a human reaction, then it's not fair to call him a strong baby. It's just that the perception of him is like he's a strong guy, but it's amazing how maybe not in every area. Yeah, maybe there are places where we're not as bold,
Yeah.
like the face of death.
Yeah, nobody's gonna do that now. This person says, good afternoon, Joyce. I've laughed so hard. If Wike was calling on Jesus, what should the technicians on the plane be calling on? Or aren't they humans too? In fact, his noise can confuse some technicians at times in such a critical situation. He's lucky to be alive, not because he called on any deity.
There was the one caller said, once the thing gets that hard, everybody, you call what you know. So I guess if technicians are serious about staying alive, they better call something that they know.
Everyone's calling on the guy. This one says, Joyce, look out for the Thanksgiving church service this Sunday from Wike. Baba remember his beautiful wife and family.
I will be there. That's kind of thing you show up front row.
Your topic is top notch. I love you. All right, she loves you too. This person says, I've been very close to death in a public transport. The bus somersaulted and landed on the side where I was and kept sliding down the middle of the express. My hand was trapped and people climbed my head to get out. I heard them shouting, come out before the bus will explode. I couldn't come out because my hand was trapped. I started saying my last prayer, but something told me to pull with all my strength and lose one, but come out. Lose one to gain one and come out alive. I pulled with all my strength and came out. I sustained serious injuries and I still have the scar till today. The scar reminds me of how God saved me.
I'm happy for you. It's a very sobering one, that one. Telephone lines, because I guess Lagos, you want to laugh and cry at the same time because, somehow this is also you. Hello, welcome. I lost you. Make it back. Hello, Nigeria Info is Open Thought Tuesday.
Hello, good afternoon, Joyce.
Afternoon to you.
Yes, in fact,
what's your name?
My name is Nathaniel. I'm calling. Nathaniel. I'm calling from Lekki.
Mm-hmm.
So the topic is is an interesting one. You see, I don't know. We just decided to play with him a bit, and he's just shouting.
That was not us playing with him, boy.
I don't do such.
We trying to play with him.
No, we Africans now, we Nigerians, we just decided to let's just play with him. Can't somebody play with him again? He was just shouting and panicking. I thought he's a strong man.
But you see, maybe that's the human thing about strength. It's like maybe we're not so strong. And I asked the question about Nigerians panicking. You called the show. You spoke about Wike first. You see, you haven't told me about yours, huh?
Nigerians don't panic. No, Nigerians don't panic when it comes to death.
What?
I'm not saying, yes, we as humans, it's normal to panic, but Nigerians, when it comes to facing death, we are not that okay. The thing is, one thing people don't know is that the life we live in is just a dream. By the time you die, that is when you suddenly realize that, you actually went on a journey. But the real life is not even here.
This your impute doesn't enter, man. Thank you. Lagos, maybe we should talk about dying and Nigerians' reaction to it. In the meantime, we're off on a break. We'll be right back.
All right, it's another super special time on radio where we'll be discussing our finances and wealth creation. Today, we're diving into the exciting world of artificial intelligence and its impact on businesses and finance.
99.3 Nigeria Info. We are more than just radio. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Nigeria Info FM. Check us out on Facebook at Nigeria Info 99.3. Follow us on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM and on Instagram at Nigeria Info FM Lagos for live updates as it happens. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.